So this is part 2 of your semester exam review. So it says, which of the following situations would produce the graph shown below? Amber began walking, rested for a while, and then began to run. What does that look like? Walking would have a constant speed, but then she would rest for a while, which would go down to 0 speed. Sprinting would be at a constant speed, okay? But then what do you do about this increase in speed? So her speed was constant, then it jumped up, and then her speed dropped off to 0. If your speed is at 0, what does that mean? It means you're resting. Okay, so we're looking at C. Slowed down to rest, and then she started to walk. So her speed was a lot lower after she took her rest. All right, which equation represents the lines that have no slope? How do you know if it has a no slope? How do you know which ones have no slope or undefined slope? They don't have a y. They don't have a y variable anywhere. Look at that guy. Which equation, 29, represents the line that have a 0 slope? How do you know which one that's going to be? Won't have an x value. Won't have an x variable. Which equation represents the line that has a positive slope? We're looking at the number in front of x. B. Any others? Which equation represents the line that have a negative slope? And D. Horizontal lines have what kind of slope? What's the slope of a horizontal line? 0. So that would be the same as 29. 29 and 32 should have the same answers. Vertical line would have a no slope. It would be the same as E. Which lines represent a y-intercept of 0? Which one of these goes through 0, 0? How do you know? Plus 0 at the end is the only one. Okay, very good. Okay, write the equation of the function that includes all the ordered pairs in the table. So how are we going to find the equation that will produce this set of data? We locate our y-intercept. We know that's 3. So now we need to find the slope. So we can find the slope and the y-intercept, then we have the equation. So we know it's y equals something x plus 3. But we need to know what the slope is. So how do we calculate the slope? Since the rate of changes in all of those are consistent, if you take the change in y divided by the change in x, you have negative 2 over positive 2. Your slope would be a negative 1. So you end up with negative x plus 3 as your equation. 36. Joseph was riding his scooter to school when he ran out of gas. He stopped to check the scooter. Then he walked the rest of the way. Which of the following best describes best models this situation? If he was riding his scooter to school, then he ran out of gas. So the distance is going to increase. And then when he runs out of gas, his distance is going to stay constant. As time goes on, time is going to continue to increase, but the distance is not going to increase. And then he walks the rest of the way. So his riding on the scooter speed, we're going to assume, is faster than walking. So that means he's going to cover more distance. This kind of represents his speed. So his speed is fast, and then he has no distance covered, so his speed is down to 0. And then his speed is slower, but he's still covering more distance. So F, okay, he covers a lot of distance quickly because he's going fast while he's on his scooter. Then he runs out of gas. and then he walks. All right, Jim has a $30 gift certificate to a movie theater. If he wants to see a movie, $5 is deducted for every movie. Okay? His gift certificate has a balance of B. So if we want to write an equation that uses variables B and M, what would we write? So your balance is going to be equal to your $30, but then you have to subtract $5 for every movie. So if you go to 2 movies, you'll subtract 10. 3 movies, subtract 15. So the number M, or the number you'll put in place of M, will be the number of movies you go to see. None? You don't go see any? 30 minus 0, still 30. You still have $30 on your card. Make sense? All right, employee receives a bonus of $75 plus $16 an hour for working on New Year's Eve. If an employee earned no more than $203, write an inequality that represents this situation. We don't have to solve it. No more than $203, less than or equal to 203. Not if I put the 203 over there. Right? It's still greater than or equal to. This part will be less than or equal to this. This part is greater than or equal to that. No more than means this part, the $75 plus 16, H for hours. Find the mode, median, and mean to the nearest whole number of this set of data. So let's do the mode. 18 occurs twice. Nothing else occurs more than once. So 18 is our mode. Median. How do we find median? Put them in order first. 14, 18, 18, 24, 27, 31. Okay? Now to find the median, you find the one in the middle. Uh-oh, we don't have a middle. What do? You have to average them, that's right. 18 plus 24 over 2 gives us 21. Okay. The median is 21. What about the mean? We need to add them all up. All right. After a few calculator malfunctions, we ended up with an average of 22. Our mean is 22. What about range? How do we find range? Our highest is 31, lowest is 14. So our range is 31 minus 14. 17. Very good. All right, graph x minus y equals 6 and 2x plus y equals 0. So first we need to get them into y equals form. So we'll subtract x. Negative y equals negative x plus 6. And divide by negative 1 everywhere. We get positive y, x minus 6. Okay. X minus 6 means we're going to start at negative 6. It's going to have a 1 slope. Down 1 over 1. Your slope is 1. B is negative 6. Okay. And the other one. This is an equals. 2x plus y equals 0. Subtract 2x from both sides. Get y equals negative 2x plus 0, or just y equals negative 2x. That means your y-intercept will be 0. Your slope will be negative 2 over 1. So starting at, let me do this one in blue, starting at 0, 0, go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, 2 over 1. What's that?